Hey guys, before I start, I just want to make it very clear why I'm talking so slowly and attempting to talk so clearly. The reason for that is because my microphone, well, this laptop really, it's nothing to do with the microphone's fine. This laptop, for some ridiculous reason, seems to not pick up the sound from the microphone very well, and every time I say P's and C's and K's too quickly, it tends to not pick them up. So, wow, what a trailer for this Suicide Squad movie. I mean, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn looks so unhinged as a character. There's this whole "Are you the devil?" scene, and when there's another scene where she just licks a jail, what's it called, a bar, what's it called, whatever, licks one of the bars in the jail, and I'm just looking at her thinking, this is perfectly crazy. I admit I preferred something more along the lines of Arlene Sorkin, but even so, this looks like it's going to be a good and somewhat original portrayal. Um, and I think it's only the second time we've ever seen Harley Quinn in live action, and the first time we've ever seen her in a film. And I really am looking forward to more of Margot Robbie because from what I've seen, she looks brilliant. And speaking of looking brilliant, Killer Croc's makeup in this trailer looks amazing. I mean, all these details with some of the little scales. I mean, I am so glad they went for a practical effect on this, because there's way too much CGI out there, and way too many studios who'd be willing to make this just some CGI crocodile face. But this was really detailed, and there's so many small scales. I've got to be honest, the only problem I have with some of the small scales on the forehead was when I first saw them, I thought they kind of looked a little like barnacles, and that just made me think of Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy from SpongeBob, in all honesty. I was like, no, I want to watch Killer Croc, not Barnacle Boy. But the rest of it does look pretty darn reptilian and creepy and spot on. I also like the way he had his mouth coloured, that it was kind of like a Hannibal Lecter type moment, only with razor sharp reptilian crocodile teeth. I think it's just brilliant. And I've got to be honest, the one thing I need to talk about the most in this trailer is Jared Leto, or Leto, I'm not quite sure how his name's pronounced, as the Joker. Boy, I can't tell if I'm excited or not, in all honesty. The laugh was very reminiscent of Emperor Palpatine's in Star Wars, and I thought that was a pretty interesting take. I was expecting something much more high-pitched and much faster and more energetic. This really took me aback, but then we don't know. Perhaps Jared Leto's going by Mark Hamill's sort of school of thought in that there's an accordion of lots of different laughs. Like you can pick and choose your laugh depending on the situation. Like maybe that was like a threatening laugh as he was coming into a room, and then maybe he has got the whole I'm not going to do it. I can do that laugh. I'm not going to do it in this block of flats though, because I'm going to wake people up. It's really late at night. But I'm really excited about this portrayal. But the one cause for concern that I have is that his voice sounded so similar to Heath Ledger's. I heard it and I thought, wait, isn't this just Heath Ledger? I mean, it was a little higher energy than Heath Ledger's, I will admit. But I didn't want a Heath Ledger clone. I wanted something really original, and I thought from the designs that we were going to get something more original. And when Jared Leto teased the voice, it didn't sound anything like this. Oh, I'm not going to hurt you. Right, oh, I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to hurt you. Really, really badly. It didn't sound anything like that. He said, in his one of his music tours, he went, "So it's going to get really, really, really crazy." So from that, I was expecting some kind of Kevin Michael Richardson-esque Joker voice. But anyway, it doesn't matter. Heath Ledger was a great Joker, and it's good to see he's taking some influence from him. And because the two voices that we've heard so far from him, the teased voice and the actual voice, are so different, I've actually come up with a bit of a theory. And I might have only come up with this because I'm wearing my Young Justice Needs a Season 3 t-shirt. Hint, hint, if anyone at Cartoon Network / Warner Brothers is watching this and wants to bring it back, it needs to be brought back. What was I saying? So yeah, Jared Leto, sounds the voices. I've had an idea that maybe the reason the two voices are so different is because possibly the Joker has the same kind of dissociative identity disorder as the Joker from Young Justice had. I can't quite really remember the name of the guy who voiced him in that. I'm just going to look it up now. What was his name? Brent Spiner. Sorry, of course it was Brent Spiner. It's Data. Now, I have mixed feelings about this portrayal. I don't think it was one of the best. The one thing which this portrayal really added to the character was the whole dissociative identity disorder. And Brent Spiner used a large number of different voices for the one character. Like, when he's threatening Robin, he gives this freakishly, not really very threatening sounding, but clearly intending to be, freakishly low-pitched voice, where he says, "Wonder Boy, you are mine." And then he does a sort of breathing-y laugh. And then he gives a completely different voice when he talks about his dissociative identity disorder to Poison Ivy when she asks how he's how he's so good at juggling all the controls, where he says, "Here's a practice, juggling my multiple personalities." And then he gives a completely different voice again when he's threatening the whole Justice League with the way he says he's going to destroy them with the Joker gas, which has been toxified, and he's going to release it to the plant. Because he says, "Another day! There won't be another day! Not for any of us!" And again, these voices, they don't sound good when you hear them individually, if I'm honest. But there's a thing with, he might not actually have this dissociative identity disorder. It's a thing with, it seems like a means that the Joker uses to intimidate people more, make them fear him more, because they don't know which personality he's actually exhibiting. They don't know if he's, at this point in time, more likely to hug them or to squirt acid in their face and dissolve their face. They don't know if, from what they say, he will take humour in it or take offence with it and beat you to death with a crowbar. This is why the Joker is a great villain, because he can use this character trait of himself to absolutely terrify anyone. And it's entirely possible that this version of the Joker, because of the two different voices we've heard, might actually be doing this in live action. And he might use this to control our characters, particularly Harley Quinn. I mean, I'm hearing this, and this is what my mind's thinking. I might be completely wrong about this, but that's what I'm thinking. And I'm hoping that if they go with it not being a fake dissociative identity disorder and being an actual real one, then we could see elements of his personality that are like so many other Jokers. So we could get so many different voices from Jared Leto as this Joker. We could have an entirely new voice of his own. We could have a Heath Ledger-like voice. Well, we know we're getting a Heath Ledger-like voice. We could have a Mark Hamill-like voice. I freaking hope so. We could have a Michael Emerson voice. We could have a Brent Spiner-like voice. We could have a Kevin Michael Richardson-like voice, which we probably will because that's what he teased before. We could have a Jack Nicholson voice. We could, but let's hope not, even have a Jeff Bennett Joker voice. Yeah, the more we forget about Jeff Bennett as the Joker, the happier I'll be. Although I freaking love Jeff Bennett as a voice actor, I think he's a great, fantastically talented guy and a huge part of my childhood. And it wasn't his fault that version of the Joker sucked, it was the writing. But I didn't think his voice performance was actually his usual standard. Okay. I ran out. Oh, that's annoying. Anyway, so all in all, I think that I have mixed feelings about what I've seen of the Joker, but it could turn into something awesome. And everything else about this film looks great. And this trailer has really got me excited for it. And I can't wait. I really can't wait to see this film. Okay, and apologies for the audio quality. I really am trying to get it fixed. It's really inconvenient because I'm currently filming the review for the anime series Kampfer. I keep sort of alternating between filming it and not filming it because I'm trying to work out how to fix the sound. So, if anyone's sort of a subscriber or regular viewer of my channel, it's worth mentioning that until I get this fixed, I'm probably not going to do anywhere near as many videos as I used to. So anyway, feel free to like, comment and subscribe, or dislike if you disagree with me, and give your opinion if you want to. So that's it. That's just my view.